Hey guys, Sierra here. Welcome back to the siFIT YouTube channel. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends, share this video with your friends. I am incredibly appreciative for how supportive everybody has been thus far. Keep it up, guys. So, with that being said, today I am going to be giving you guys a little nugget for those folks who may or may not be balling on a budget right now. So, I'm going to give you 4 tips for sticking to your healthy lifestyle while you're balling on a budget, y'all. So, I know this is a video that everybody can use because at any point in time, no matter how much money you make, we're going to be tighter than other times. For example, I came up with this video because I have some expenses and some different things going on in my life that has made me have to be tighter for a few weeks. So, with that being said, without further ado, here we go. So, the first thing that I'm going to have you guys do is take an inventory of what you already have in your cabinets, your fridge, and your freezer. This week for me, I still had 2 things of frozen chicken thighs in my fridge. I also still had some brown rice and some brown rice pasta in my cupboard. Um, and I also still had some Brussels sprouts. And I also had some cauliflower rice. So we had a lot of carbs in there. We had at least a few days worth of chicken in there. So I think a lot of times we make shopping lists off of what we like to eat or what we are craving in that moment. But when our budget is a little bit tight, it is important to exhaust all of our resources. So with that being said, you're going to create a meal around the chicken thighs. I like to keep it really, really basic when it comes to chicken when my budget is tight. The easiest way to keep it affordable is simply throwing it in a crock pot with some chicken stock or vegetable stock, some seasoning, and doing a simple pulled chicken recipe. You can put that on top of the cauliflower rice that I had in the freezer, or any of the other rice that I had in the cupboard. But that's one affordable option, and I think a lot of people have frozen chicken in their freezers. So that is tip number 1. Taking that inventory and choosing your meals around what you have. Making a list of what you have, creating the meals that you can off of that list, and then going to step number 2. So we moved on to step 2. You've completed step 1. You've checked out your fridge, freezer, and cupboard. You've done your inventory. You've figured out what meals that you do have available. Now it's time to move on to step 2 and check out your local ads. Whatever stores that you have available to, all of their ads for that week are going to be online. So you're going to go to their store's website. You're going to see if they're having any crazy deals on any protein, macro, fat choices, whatever. Seeing what they have available. If anything really jumps out to you, and not just a good sale, but something that is going to come down to a super affordable price. For example, if you're going to be able to get some sort of form of protein for under $5 for several servings, you're going to want to jump on that. Another tip, when it comes to the local ads, your chicken breast typically is always going to be a lot cheaper with the butcher. So it may not be in the ad, but that may be something that you want to call the individual store and check with. I know that Harris Teeter here in Charlotte always has the chicken breast super, 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 super discounted when you go straight to the butcher and you get your chicken breast from the counter. So you've now checked out the ads. You know what stores that you want to go to. You have a good idea of what you want. And now it's time to move on to step 3. And step 3 is actually going to the store and doing your shopping. Now you have created a list out of what you have in inventory and what you've checked out in your local ads. Now, a lot of times you're going to check out those local ads and there's not going to really going to be anything that is going to be super cheap. It's going to make a super big difference. When those times happen, what you're going to aim for are frozen vegetables and frozen meats. And you're going to create meals around that. Obviously, fresh is better, but in these type of situations where your money is a little bit tighter, that's one area that you're probably going to have to come off of. For example, this week, one of the cheapest meals you can always go with, like I told you, I had the brown rice pasta, is spaghetti. So I went to Aldi, where you guys would expect I would go to, and I got the frozen ground turkey, which is literally less than $3. Like it's nothing. Frozen ground turkey. I got the 3 pack of green peppers, which is like nothing. They are $1.49, I think. And I got the full bag of Roma tomatoes, which is also $1 and something. I got their organic sauce, which is around $2. And bing bang boom, we have 4 servings of spaghetti meals for right around $5 or $6, which is super affordable. And they have amazing sauce at Aldi. Their organic sauce is bomb. My favorite is tomato basil. Um, but I also really like their frozen ground turkey. You hardly know the difference. You cook it frozen, it ends up coming out just as tasty as the fresh ground turkey. And then Aldi also has a good selection of frozen vegetables, but pretty much all stores do. I typically, when it comes to frozen vegetables, I typically focus on things like frozen broccoli. I think frozen and fresh broccoli, all the broccolis, they all taste the same. But frozen broccoli, frozen cauliflower is good. Um, Frozen asparagus for me is not as good as fresh. So as you eat more and more frozen vegetables, you'll kind of figure out what vegetables you don't mind being frozen and what vegetables you do. I talked about my inventory and I talked about how I had some cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice is a super duper affordable option and will have you feeling like you're eating a gourmet meal. I don't know what it is, but I really do love frozen cauliflower rice with some herbs in there. You can get it for $1 and something. I'm pretty sure at Trader Joe's, but everywhere has it. So for step 3, you're going to stick with frozen vegetables and frozen meats to save money, unless you found some super awesome stellar deal in step 2 when you check the local ads. So yeah, we moved on to step 4. We are now purchasing our fresh fruits, and I choose fresh fruit over fresh vegetables because fruits, people tend to enjoy them a little more, so it's nice to have fresh fruit, and B, fresh fruit tends to be a little bit cheaper than fresh vegetables. So my word of advice is to go for 2 pieces of fresh fruit that are $2 or less. You want to choose fruits that where you get more bang for your buck. Sometimes cantaloupe is on sale for around $2. From one cantaloupe, you can get at least 4 servings. Um, in some situations, I think I actually a lot of times do my cantaloupe in 8 servings. So when cantaloupe prices are down, that's a great option. I want to say when honeydew prices are down, that's a great option, but I feel like honeydew prices are never down, and I love honeydew. Um, so yeah, oranges. If you like apples, I feel like a lot of people are pretty indifferent about apples. But a lot of times you can get a bag of apples for around that $2 mark. So you want to find 2 fresh fruits that you enjoy around that $2 mark. Also, completely forgot, pineapple. A lot of people buy pineapple pre-chopped, which can be pretty expensive. Because they think that they don't know how to cut a whole pineapple. But pineapples are actually super easy to cut. Chop it off the bottom, chop it off the top, cut the skin from the inside around the pineapple. You've got sliced pineapple, bing, bang, boom. Right now, Aldi has pineapples on sale for between that $2 and $3 mark. So if pineapple is a fruit that you consider to be something that you really enjoy, go for the whole pineapple. I promise you can afford the whole pineapple. So in this situation, you can go for the whole pineapple, you can go for a bag of oranges, and on top of those pieces of two fresh fruit, you are going to get a bushel of bananas. Bananas are always cheap, always affordable. The price never hardly ever changes, and you are going to be able to get 6 to 8 bananas under your price mark. Like, you always have to get bananas. It's cheap. So 2 pieces of fresh fruit that are at that $2 price mark or below, and pick fruits that you enjoy, plus a bushel of bananas. So, as a review, we went through the 4 steps. The first being taking that inventory, creating a list based on the things that you already have in your freezer, fridge, and cupboard. 2, adding onto that list by checking out your local ads. Not just picking things that are on sale, but things that are like a really good deal. Like I said, like let's say they have some sort of protein option for sale where you're going to be able to get several servings for $5 or less. That is a good deal. Then moving on to the third option, focusing on getting your carbs from frozen vegetables and a good bit of your protein from frozen meat. Like I shared with you guys earlier, my super cheap spaghetti recipe, which I'm actually literally going to cook for the second half of my prep tomorrow. And then the last step, getting your fresh fruit fix with 2 pieces of fruit that are at that $2 price point, plus a bushel of bananas. I adhered to these rules over the weekend, and I was able to get out of Aldi only spending $18. When you're balling on a budget, guys, you cannot, this is not the weeks to be picky, but it can be done. You can still eat healthy, you can still have enjoyable meals, and stick to your budget. At the end of the day, it's going to be much more cost effective for you to stick to these 4 guidelines than it is for you to completely throw everything out the door and go through the drive through every week, or you know fill up on cereal and ramen noodles and all kinds of things that your body is not going to want and is going to reject. Your stomach is going to get upset because you've been eating so awesome for the past couple of weeks. So, I promise you that if you take these 4 guidelines, when you go for your prep this weekend, all of you guys who are balling on a budget, like I am right now, you will be happy with what you get. And another thing, you're going to be surprised by how much food that you actually already have. So, I hope this was helpful. I'll be coming at you guys with lots more videos, lots of things in the work. We still have 2 slots left in the 8-week program. So if you guys are interested, inbox me, email me. Everything is up on the website. The shop is active. You can now purchase everything off of the website. Your survey pops up once you add everything to your cart. It's super easy. I also have a payment plan option for those people who do want to do the 8-week program but can't afford it all at once. So just hit me up if you guys have any questions. I'm super excited to get started next week. Super excited to work with you guys. So stay tuned for more videos, and I will talk to you guys soon.